Hi everybody, it's Beatle Dave calling to you from Derbyshire in the UK. This is going to be the third and final part in our little series of the Beatles Anthology LPs. So we've already looked at Anthology 1 and Anthology 2. So today, for the final time of this little series, we are going to be looking at Anthology 3, which is probably the best one out of the lot, to be honest. This unfortunately is not an original UK copy. This is the version that you got with the magazine, the Odyssey or whatever it was called, that came out a few years ago. Track list and everything is exactly the same though, from what I can make out. So unfortunately my original copy of this from 1996 disappeared in the mists of time, a long time ago. So just a few shout outs to Beatleman 69, PC 31, the Vinyl Policeman, Susie Sue, Marcus T, and a few others for supporting me in my channel over the past few months. If you're new to the channel, if you like what you see, just leave me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe, you hit the subscription button, and then if you hit the notifications button, you will get notifications. It is free, by the way. It doesn't cost you anything. So that's that bit out of the way. So now we'll carry on with a look at Anthology 3. Now this basically goes from 1968 to 1970. It's basically the White Album, the Get Back Straight, Let It Be album, and Abbey Road. Again, it was produced by George Martin, and this did originally come out in 1996. So side one, you get a beginning. There was no single released off this. The first two, you had Free as a Bird, didn't you, from Anthology 1, and Real from Anthology 2. There was supposed to be a track on this one called Now and Then, I think, but the Beatles never really, well, they did re-record it, sort of thing, but they could never get, I don't think George was satisfied with it, George Harrison, so it was unreleased. So you get a beginning, then you get Happiness as a Warm Gun, Helter Skelter, Mean Mr Mustard, Polythene Pam, Glass Onion, Junk, Piggies, Honey Pie, Don't Pass Me By, Obla-Di Obla-Da, and Good Night. Side 2, again, remember this is a 3 LP set. It starts off with Cry Baby Cry, Blackbird, Sexy Sadie, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Hey Jude, Not Guilty, and Mother Nature's Son. Side 3 is Glass Onion, Rocky Raccoon, What's the New Mary Jane, Step Inside Love, Lost Paranoias, I'm So Tired, Ah Well, Why Don't We Do It in the Road, Julia. Side 4, I've Got a Feeling, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Dig a Pony, Two of Us, For You Blue, Teddy Boy, Medley, Rip It Up, Shake, Rattle and Roll, Blue Suede Shoes. Side 5, The Long and Winding Road, Oh Darling, All Things Must Pass, Mailman Bring Me No More Blues, Get Back, Old Brown Shoe, Octopus's Garden, Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Side 6, Something, Come Together, Come and Get It, Ain't She Sweet, Because Let It Be, Army Mine, and The End. That's the track listing. Again, another really fetching cover. Well, I think it is anyway. So on this one, it has got a slight mark there where somebody tried to get the sticker thing off, because those that came with the magazine had like a hologram sticker there. So we'll have a look on the inside. Lovely photo there, the Beatles. On that, one of the last photo session that the Beatles ever did, wasn't it, that? So again, it is a tri-fold sleeve. So what I'll do, I'll go into more detail about the tracks, and then I'll just show you one LP, because you don't need to see all of them, do you, because they're all the same. So A Beginning was recorded at EMI Studios 22nd of July 1968, and I think originally that was going to be the intro to Good Night, I think. I could be wrong. Then we've got Happiness is a Warm Gun. This was recorded at George Harrison's house in Esher in May 1968. So it's like an acoustic demo version. Then you've got Helter Skelter, which was recorded at EMI Studios, London, 18th of July 1968. Then you've got Mean Mr Mustard, Polythene Pam, Glass Onion, Junk, Piggies and Honey Pie. They again were recording at George Harrison's house in Esher in May 1968. An interesting one there is Junk, isn't it? Because that was never officially recorded by the Beatles, was it? Officially, although it's recorded by me, because that was on McCartney's first solo album, wasn't it? Bear with 1 sec. My lights have decided to switch themselves off. Just bear with 1 sec, folks. That's better. Bear with 1 second. Ooh. Right, sorry about that. Right, so side. Then we get Don't Pass Me By. Again, that was recorded at EMI Studios on the 5th and 6th of June 1968. Obladi Oblada, again recorded at EMI Studios on the 3rd, 4th and 6th of July 1968, and that's a completely different version to the version that's on the White Album, by the way. Then you've got Good Night, recorded at EMI Studios, London, on the 28th of June and the 22nd of July 1968. Written by John as a lullaby for his then 5-year-old son Julian, so I never knew that. Side 2, Cry Baby Cry, again recorded at EMI Studios, 16th of July 1968. Then we've got Blackbird, which was recorded on 11th of June 1968. Then we've got Sexy Sadie, that was recorded in 19th of July 1968 at Abbey Road Studios, or EMI Studios, it's still classed as here. Then we've got While My Guitar Gently Weeps, again recorded at EMI Studios on the 20th of July 1968, which was, I mean, I still think that should have been a single in all honesty. Then you've got Hey Jude, which was recorded at EMI Studios, London, on the 29th of July 1968. Not Guilty, an unreleased George Harrison track which should have really been on the White Album. I think they did some like 100 takes of it, didn't they, and still weren't really satisfied with it. Although if you actually ever hear it, which you can do now officially with this and the White Album box set that came out a couple of years ago, fantastic. Basically it's like a heavy rock song. That was recorded on 8th, 9th and 12th of August 1968, again at EMI Studios. Then you got Mother's Nature's Son, that was recorded on the 9th of August at EMI Studios. So that's the first record. So side 3 starts off with Glass Onion. Looking through a glass onion. Do, do, do. Love that song. In fact, if you're on YouTube, Noel Gallagher, you can check it out. Noel Gallagher did quite a good version of this. I think it was some sort of record day thing or record store thing, and he does it, and he does it really well. Just check it out. Yeah, that Glass Onion was recorded at EMI Studios 11th, 12th, 13th, 16th and 26th of September 1968. Then we've got Rocky Raccoon, again recorded at EMI Studios on the 15th of August 1968. What's the New Mary Jane? What a shame Mary Jane had a pain in the party. That was recorded at EMI Studios on the 14th of August 1968. Really, really strange song that is, to be honest. It's one of John's nonsense songs, but it's not as good as like I Am the Walrus and things like that. Yeah. It's an okay song, don't get me wrong. Again, probably would have fitted better on the White Album than Revolution #9, but you can't really say that, can you? Because the White Album was the White Album, isn't it? Then you've got Step Inside, Love, which Paul McCartney wrote for Cilla Black, didn't he? And that's like, it starts off with Step Inside Love, then it goes into Las Paranoias. That was recorded on the 16th of September 1968. Again, that is at EMI Studios, London. Then you've got I'm So Tired, which was recorded on 8th of October 1968, EMI Studios. I Will, EMI Studios, 16th of September 1968. Why Don't We Do It in the Road? EMI Studios, 9th of October, recorded on John Lennon's birthday, 1968. Then you've got Julia. Julia, Julia, do, calls me, so I sing a song of love for Julia. Love that song. See, that did prove that John had his like soft side as well, didn't it? Because it was written about his late mother, wasn't it? That was recorded on the 13th of October 1968. Side 4 kicks off with I've Got a Feeling. This time it's recorded at Apple Studios, London, on the 23rd of January 1969. So it's not that I've Got a Feeling that they did on the rooftop. It's a run through or a studio recording. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window and I Dig a Pony. Again, they were recorded at Apple Studios, London, on the 22nd of January 1969. Just one sec. Then you've got Two of Us, recorded at Apple Studios, London, on the 24th of January 1969. I think the best version of that is the one where it's a bit like a faster version, isn't it? And that they're both on electric guitars, which was in the original, a snippet of it was in the original film, wasn't it? The Get Back film, which became Let It Be. Then you've got For You Blue, a lovely George Harrison song, recorded at Apple Studios on the 25th of January 1969. Then you've got Teddy Boy. This is the story of a boy named Ted, and his mother said, Ted be good, he could do. In fact, didn't John Lennon get a bit bored in it, and he was going, take your partner by the hand and things like that halfway through that, I think. That was recorded at Apple Studios on the 25th, Apple Studios on the 24th and the 28th of January 1969. Then you've got the Rock and Roll Medley, Rip It Up, Shake, Rattle and Roll and Blue Suede Shoes. Doesn't actually say when that was recorded on here. So side 5 kicks off with The Long and Winding Road. The Long and Winding Road. That was recorded at Apple Studios on the 26th of January 1969. Then you've got Oh Darling. Oh Darling. This is an early take, recorded at Apple Studios, London, on the 27th of January 1969. Of course, that went on to be on Abbey Road LP, didn't it? All Things Must Pass. Great George Harrison song. Why the Beatles never really released this, I don't know. Recorded on February the 25th. 1969. Back to EMI Studios now for that one. That's George Harrison's birthday, wasn't it, as well? Then you've got Mailman Bring Me No More Blues, which is a really obscure Buddy Holly song, I think, if I remember rightly. That was recorded at Apple Studios, London, 29th of January 1969. Then we've got Get Back. Get Back. Get back to where you once belonged. And this time, this was actually recorded on the roof of the Apple Studios, London, 30th of January 1969. Then we've got a version of Old Brown Shoe. Again, this time at Abbey Road Studios. EMI recording studios. 25th of February 1969, which is basically a George Harrison demo for the song. Then we've got Octopus's Garden, which was recorded EMI Studios, London, 26th of April 1969. So it's not the version that's in the Let It Be / Get Back film. Maxwell's Silver Hammer, recorded EMI Studios, 9th of July 1969. So now on to side 6, which is the final side. It starts off with Something. Again, this is basically like a demo. George recorded at EMI Studios, London, on the 25th of February 1969. The final solo demo recorded by George Harrison on his 26th birthday. Then we've got Come Together right now over me. That was recorded on 21st of July 1969 at EMI Studios. Then you've got Come and Get It. If you want it, here it is, come and get it. Make your mind up fast. Which was to the film Magic Christian. It starred Ringo and Peter Sellers, didn't it? But the released version wasn't by the Beatles, was it? It was done by Badfinger. It became a worldwide hit, didn't it? Then you've got Ain't She Sweet, which is a re-recording of the song that the Beatles did in 1961 in Germany. Although this is like a slower version, more bluesy sort of version. Again, John Lennon sings it. Then we've got Because, which was recorded on the 1st and 4th of August 1969 at EMI Studios. Then you've got Let It Be, recorded Apple Studios, London, 25th of January 1969. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Then you got I Me Mine. This was actually the last proper recording session the Beatles ever did, not counting the Free as the Bird, and this was why they were still the Beatles before they actually broke up. And this was recorded at EMI Studios, London, on the 3rd of January 1970. So that was basically the last time the Beatles worked together before this anthology project came about. And then the album finishes off with The End, recorded at EMI Studios, London, on the 23rd of July and the 5th, 7th, 8th, 15th, 18th of August 1969. Final chord recorded 25th, recorded 22nd of February 1967. Yeah, because I put the chord of the last chord off A Day in the Life on it, don't they, as well? So that's it. That is the third and final instalment from Anthology 3. On there it just says, and in the end, these last years were a time of plentiful confusion, a time to break down and a time to build up. The Beatles started their own record company, Apple Corps, with 5 creative divisions, records, films, etc., and then went public with an offer that everyone with an artistic need could come and get help from them. It didn't really work out like that, and then did it? They got conned, didn't they, basically? So I'll just show you one of the record labels, because like I say, these records all look the same, don't they? So it's not really worth saying, oh, this is side 1, this is side 2, this is side 3, this is side 4. So, and you can actually tell these are slightly thicker vinyl than the other two. That is side 1. And that is side 2. Now, when these first came out, these records, obviously the first one that came out was Anthology 1. Just a quick story. And in the UK, where I lived in the Midlands, there used to be a programme called Central Weekend Live. It used to be on a Friday night. And I can remember Denny Lane was on it. It was like a chat, sort of like a chat show. And Denny Lane was on it, and he was completely slagging this album off. And I don't know if he was drunk at the time or not, because I know he did have a problem with drinking, didn't he, one time? Or don't know if he was still pissed off with Paul McCartney for like ending Wings and not really telling him or what. But he says, oh yeah, this is all right. He says, but most people, you're going to go out en masse and buy it because it's a new Beatles album and you'll only ever fucking play it once. And to a certain extent, he was right. I think a lot of fans went out and they did buy this first one. And like we discussed in an earlier video, this is interspersed with snippets of people talking. Now, to me, although that works on the TV series, it doesn't really work on the record. I think they should just kept it how it is on the other two records, where it's just, you know, it is just songs. Yeah, there is some talking in it, but it's usually like John saying, "Oh, Paul's broken a glass, broken a glass, broken a glass," or something like that. Well, are you ready, Mac? I mean, you know, things like that, which works on the record. You know, I think the thing with this is it didn't help the running of it, put like that. Still some really, really good songs on that one. But out of the three, I would say that is probably not the worst, because they're all good. That is my least favourite. That is my second favourite, the third one, believe it or not. But I think that one is the best one out of the lot. So, having said that, if you're a Beatles fan, do you need all three of these LPs? At the time they came out, you did. Like I said before, there wasn't really the internet and stuff like that. So unless you want to go and get really, really low quality bootlegs, a lot of these songs you couldn't get anywhere else. So for the historical value and for completists, then yes, you do need it. I still think this is a cracking little album, don't get me wrong. I just think, you know, the snippets of people like talking, or speeches as they say, spoil it. I mean, it's like when they did the Beatles at the BBC, there is talking on that, but it makes sense because it's the DJ talking to the Beatles, and then like, and now what you're going to do now, boys? Oh, now we're going to go and do Twist and Shout. So it worked in that context, but I don't think it quite works on this one. Like I say, this is the only one that has really got that. Still some brilliant songs on it, and some really, really nice, interesting alternative takes and demos. This one too. Again, some really, really lovely alternative takes. You know, it's this one again, brilliant. The Get Back stuff and the Let It Be stuff is quite good, and some of the outtakes from the White Album were good. Like until the White, you know, they started doing these fancy box sets that they've been doing in the past few years, didn't they? Start off with Sgt. Pepper and stuff like that. You could only get like alternative takes from the White Album, Sgt. Pepper stuff on these LPs. So I would still say that yeah, you do need all three of these if you can get them. If you can get them. So yeah, that's all three. So my opinion as a record collector, not necessarily as a Beatles fan, as a record collector, do it as a record collector first. If you're not a fan, then don't buy it, simple as that. If you're a Beatles fan, which I am, then yeah, you are going to need them. You probably don't need them now as much as what you did when they came out, don't get me wrong, but it is still nice to have them, because even a lot of the stuff that's on these aren't on the box sets that are coming out, you know. So there's still on stuff on here that you can't get anywhere else. Excuse me. So yeah, but the only drawback with these is they're quite expensive, especially for the original UK pressings. Okay, that third one there, Anthology 3, isn't an original UK pressing, but that still goes for about 40 odd quid on eBay. These ones, 1 and 2, which are the original ones, they can go anywhere up to £100. But you might be, you know, don't quote me on that. You know, you might be able to get them cheaper if you look around. Move that down just a little bit. So, Anthology 1, Anthology 2, Anthology 3. Right, so there was never an Anthology 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. So you've got 3 albums there, but you've actually got 9 LPs, haven't you? And there's God knows how many songs and that lot. So yes, all in all, you do need them. If you're Beatles fanatic, you need them. If you're the completist, you need them. And the nice thing about these is you can listen to them over and over and over again. You might not listen to them every day, don't get me wrong, but you will listen to them more than, say, Two Virgins or something like that, you know. And they are nice to have to compare to the released versions on the studio albums as well. So that's going to be it. So I hope you've enjoyed that little special little series we've done just on the anthologies, isn't it? I hope it's been of interest to you, and you might have found a little, you know, couple of things out. Because if you're new to the Beatles, or you're just getting into record collecting, you might not have ever even heard of these. And if you have, you probably won't know what's on them. That's why I've tried to do more what is on them. But you've got to remember that they're not, although they are, a lot of them are released, are finished takes, they're not the released versions. So the alternative versions and demos, and there is some live stuff as well. Just excuse me one sec. You'll have to excuse me because I'm suffering from hay fever today as well. So I hope that's been of interest and I haven't bored you too much. I thought it was better to do it in 3 parts than do it in one great big long video, because I still don't know what's the best way to do it. Whether to do like a long video and go into more detail, or do like little videos like that, but just go into detail on one album at a time. Although they're technically 3 albums at a time, aren't they? But you know what I mean. Like volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So let me know in the comments. Do you like watching longer videos on records? Do you like watching little videos? I mean, this one hasn't been that long. I tried to make it under the 30-minute, not under 30 minutes, and I think we've just about done that today. So as always, thank you to everybody that is subscribing. If you're new to the channel and you've just seen this video and you like it, thank you very much. You know, I have got quite a few videos on here now. If you do like my videos, feel free to leave me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, just hit the subscription button, which is down there, and the notifications bell, which should be about there or there, and then you get notifications when I'm doing new videos. It is free. I can't stress that enough. Without, you know, petrol and gas and electric, everything's going up. So if you can get something for free and you like, you know, even if you don't really love it, but you think, yeah, he's okay, Beatle Dave, I'll just subscribe to him, because you can always unsubscribe if you don't like it, which I hope you don't. I hope you don't unsubscribe once you subscribe, but you know, you have got that option. You can tell I don't take myself that serious, do I? So once again, thank you to everybody. Love your records, cherish your records, clean your records, above all play your records. Although, to be honest, I haven't played that one in a while. That one I play roughly about once every 6 weeks, and probably that one again, probably 5 or 6 times a year, I should say, on that one. So the anthologies, volumes 1, 2 and 3 by the Beatles, that originally came out on Apple Records in 1995 and 1996, and was the to the TV series of the same name, Anthology, which was aired on ITV in the UK in the beginning of 1996. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, thank you to everybody for your support, because it's coming up to nearly a year now we've been doing this channel. So look out, because I think I might be doing something a little bit special on the anniversary, or just after the anniversary. You probably won't get another video now for 8 days, because I'm back at work tomorrow and it's 8 days straight, and I'm really looking forward to going back to work for 8 days. No, I'm not. But until the next time, it's Beatle Dave signing off, wishing you all peace, love and happiness. So until the next time, ta-ra for now.